Alrighty, welcome back. This is another recap slash kind of what we're watching. So today, and actually didn't do a video Friday, so we're gonna do another two in one. So Friday was, I believe, the 21st. Yes. Friday was the 21st, and I actually didn't take a trade that day because it was not giving any real setups. But I was in a play. I actually was watching Micron. Now, I actually played the Micron puts. Unfortunately, I had the 85 puts and expiry there. So, because of time decay, I lost this trade. I think I had average cost of like 120 or something. And it dropped down to 70 on Friday. So, I lost that trade even though it did go to basically the direction I want and fell tremendously as it faked out here on, and this was an earnings play, so it faked out and then sold heavily. So that one kind of sucks because I was correct, but it kind of taught me like as I'm building the small account, I don't need to be doing lotto plays like that. But and if I do play lotto plays, just make sure I get an in the money contract that's very intrinsic. So that was one that you know, you take some, you win some. Here it is now. I'm going to see if it rejects here. If it rejects here, I do like it here. As you can see on my weekly, we are doing this descending wedge. So I'm going to see if it can basically break here and come down. We shall see if it forms a green candle. It might come back here, but I'm expecting here. And then at some point, once it breaks out of this trend, I want to see it at this 120 level. So that was Friday. I ended up losing about 120 bucks because I had two contracts there. So that sucks. So that was Friday's P&L. Today, it is Monday, the 24th. I actually took a trade for a loss because I did not stick to my strategy. So I always do 5 minute opening range breakout, which would have been this candle here. So I'm just going to remark it for us one more time. And I was top green, bottom red here. Cool. Wait, actually, this is 940, so it's actually this candle here. All right. So yeah, that's actually our range there. I had FOMO, and I actually hopped in the calls immediately when it broke out here. If we go to the 1 minute, once it broke out, there we go. Basically I had FOMO, and I think I entered here in the 574 calls, and sold them pretty early. As you see, they did hit as it did go, but I did not have conviction because it was not part of my strategy. I didn't get a retest here at our opening range. It just kind of completely broke. And so, yeah, that was just bad trades. And then I chased and actually hopped into the five. Once it hit here, I hopped into the 572 puts, which, as you see, it did hit. I was first covering this fair value gap, but then it actually did cover. At the end of the day, I'm expecting it to hit here. As you see on the 30 minute, we're bouncing here on this fair value gap. I do expect it to wick. I'm kind of out for the day. I don't want to trade. If you are chasing, which I'm not, and you're not going to see this live, it's kind of just a recap. But this gap here, as we go back to the 15 minute, you can see there's still a fair value gap imbalance here. So I do think we will see that at some point. If it doesn't hit today, it has to hit at some point. So I do think this is still valid. As we see, we're starting to wick down at the 574 high here, which was a major level my buddy was pointing out to me. I didn't see the level, but it is a major level. As well as this level here, which I want to actually go ahead and notate there. So I do think going into tomorrow, we could see this hit again. As I mean, this overnight move was insane. Like, look at that. We ended, and I actually was in the 574s too, which is very upsetting. Um, Not only today, but in some of my bigger accounts that I'm managing, I had the 574 contracts, and I ended up selling because on this day we actually hit 558. Just how the market goes, but yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what we do tomorrow. I do see, as you see on the 15-minute, we are starting to hit this bottom fair value gap, which is crazy. This wick from here is insane. 573. Now we're going down to. So that's insane. I just want to see the options because I was in the 572 puts, which time decay is kind of eating them. That's why we don't trade. I sold them at about $60 and I bought them at $80. So I only had a $20 loss there. But that was my loss for the day. And I also took some stupid trades, as I said before, trying to chase. So um, Friday, it was a total of minus 126.58. Today, I lost 68.47. So 2 red days, pretty minimal losses. In totality of those, that's almost like, what is that? Almost 180 in losses. So not what you really want to see because it is a setback. Actually, almost 190 in losses. That's terrible. That's terrible. But it just shows you that we are human. This is a part of trading. I'm not worried because I can get it back tomorrow. I'm actually increasing my lot size and making sure that we go 2-for-1. So meaning as I enter a trade, I'm looking for a twice multiple return, right? So let's just give an example. If I were to enter a long position today, let's say I got it in here, I'd have made my stop loss. Let's say I would have got in after retest, although it didn't do, as I said, I do the 5-minute opening range. I do a very short stop loss, as you can see. And then that multiple would have been at least 2. So we would have taken it around there, right? So if I would have put $100 up, it should have gone up 200, right? Yeah, excuse me. I don't know why my brain just worked so hard, but you see what I'm saying. Just a 2-to-1 ratio. So that's what we'll be doing in the future, and we are increasing the lot size. So before I was starting with 1 contract. Now I think if I have full conviction and it is hitting, I'm going to start with 2 contracts and then kind of build from there. But yeah, I had 2 red days. We're all human. It happens. We're still up overall, but that is hit. We want to minimize those losses, so gotta stay away from those lottos. Even though today there's a good one happening today, Oklo, which is a semi reactor, does have its earnings. I do have a feeling it can absolutely fly. I sold all my shares in my other account just because you never know. It could just as easily tank. But today was a crazy day. As you see, we are creating support here, so we will see what happens. If so, I think 35 is the next level there, but we shall see, right? But yeah, just kind of looking in the future. AMD, I called out on Sunday last night as I was doing charting. We look on this daily here, we see this downtrend, and then I have another on the weekly, like kind of, I call it recession trend, or basically, so every time it kind of hits this low point there, it basically did exactly that, broke that structure of the downtrend from the daily here. Excuse me. And then I was waiting to see if we got a little bit, and then it just opened it, as you see. I mean, it did almost 10% today, 7.5% just about. So that one sucked. The next one I'm watching is actually SMCI. It is doing a similar thing here. As you see, we have this structure here. I'm waiting to see if we break, because if we do break, I think we see more just absolute obliteration of maybe even to the 47 level here. So we shall see. I'm watching that one closely going into the week. But yeah, that's about it. SMCI, AMD, and then another one that I'm watching just closely because it also has a descending wedge there is Lyft. Small account. We can kind of load up on contracts As we see, the contracts are fairly cheap here. So, this is a good one. This is a really good one. I think it has a lot of upside potential. If we do see some upward break, I think it could be good. So, we shall see. That's pretty much it. First few red days. I'm glad we got them out the way and ready to get back to it. I hate that I took a red day today, but it taught me I didn't trade Friday, and so I think that just kind of threw me off. And I think I was chasing to try to make up those gains, which I will never do again. I'll always stick to structure, and I won't feel. Today I was very much giving FOMO, like I was just feeling like I was missing out. Which actually was trading on Robinhood at one point, and just switched my account back over to Weeble because of the same thing of fear of missing out. But this is a marathon, not a freaking race. So the long term, it will pay. And who knows? That long term may be shorter term. And that's exactly why I'm doing this, just to see back, how far I've come. I've been trading on and off for about 4 years since COVID. So this is, I think, the first full year that I'm just going all in. And I'm making this my route to get out. We very much live in a matrix. And of just like, societal pressure and societal norms, which as soon as you can break that, you're unlocking a lot of potential. And this is just the start. So I have lots of business venture ideas, venture capitalist ideas. And I want to give back. I want to show people what's possible. So first, I'm going to show myself. This is exactly what we're doing this vlog, and we'll see what happens, man. But that is all for today. Stay tuned for the rest of the week. We're doing good. All right, that's it for me. This is your boy B. Peace.